The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that danced across the desert landscape. On the outskirts of Bisby, Arizona, a desolate house stood as a relic of bygone years. Perched at the bottom of cliffs along Highway 80, the old home exuded an air of abandonment. Its weathered facade bore witness to the harsh winds that swept through the region, carrying tales of a past veiled in mystery. The highway, once a bustling artery, had long since quieted, leaving the old house to stand alone in a sea of arid solitude. As the wind rustled through the abandoned structure's broken windows, a sense of foreboding hung heavy in the air. The paint, cracked and peeling, told a story of neglect and decay. The journey to the house was an odyssey in itself. A half-mile off the road, a winding path led through the desolate terrain. A pallid moon cast an eerie glow, guiding those brave enough to traverse the lonely route. The crunch of gravel beneath car tires echoed through the stillness, announcing the approach to the enigmatic dwelling. With each step closer, the sagging porch and creaking eaves revealed the house's secrets. The front door, hanging awkwardly on its hinges, beckoned like a portal to the unknown. Windows shattered by time and neglect hinted at a history steeped in shadows. The air, thick with the scent of decay, carried the whispers of long-forgotten stories that clung to the peeling wallpaper and worn floorboards. It was against this haunting backdrop that the narrative unfolded, a macabre tale hidden within the walls, waiting to be unearthed by the unsuspecting hands of those who dared to cross the threshold. The house, an unspoken witness to the darkness within, stood as a testament to the horrors that would soon be revealed in the chapters that followed. March 25, 1977, dawned with an air of anticipation as authorities, prompted by the concerns of an unnamed relative, embarked on a fateful wellness check of the old house on the outskirts of Bisby, Arizona. The journey through the deserted landscape to the decaying structure was fraught with a sense of impending doom, as if the very air was charged with the weight of dark secrets. The authorities, a mix of seasoned investigators and nervous novices, approached the weathered front door. Its hinges groaned in protest as they pushed it open, revealing a world frozen in time. The stale air within held the echoes of a past shrouded in mystery. As the investigators combed through the dimly lit rooms, they stumbled upon a safe concealed within the dilapidated confines of the home. Dust-covered and seemingly forgotten, it harbored a treasure trove of horrors. Dozens of notebooks, each a testament to the disturbed mind of 46-year-old Corey Hardy. Locked within those pages were the gruesome details of crimes committed against innocent children. The investigators, their eyes widening in disbelief, delved into the disturbing narratives that unfolded before them. Hardy's meticulous documentation of abductions, plans, and the unspeakable acts he perpetrated on the helpless children sent shivers down their spines. The safe, like a Pandora's box, unleashed a Pandora's box of darkness that would haunt the investigators for years to come. The notebooks, a chilling chronicle of malevolence, spoke of a man consumed by a sinister compulsion. The very walls seemed to reverberate with the weight of the revelations, and the investigators couldn't escape the realization that they had unwittingly stepped into a nightmare. As they pieced together the sordid details from the notebooks, the truth emerged like a specter from the shadows. A portrait of Corey Hardy, a man driven to commit unspeakable atrocities against the innocent. The old house, once a silent witness, now bore witness to the unveiling of a horror that transcended its dilapidated facade. The investigators, traumatized by the revelations, stood at the precipice of a descent into the darkest corners of the human soul as they continued to unearth the malevolent chapters of Corey Hardy's life. Hardy's chilling accounts began with the stalking of his victims. His words painted a vivid picture of a man driven by an irresistible urge, a dark compulsion that guided his every move from a very young age. The notebooks chronicled the selection process, where Hardy meticulously sought out children who were vulnerable, isolated, and unsuspecting. The investigators read with a mix of horror and disbelief as Hardy described the process of choosing his victims. He recounted haunting scenes of observing quiet, out-of-the-way elementary schools, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The eerie precision with which he detailed his plans sent shivers down the spines of those unraveling the tale. The most disturbing aspect was Hardy's casual reference to the abductions as seizes. Each child became a piece in his twisted collection, his children of the grave. The chilling nonchalance with which he recounted the first abduction, the selection of a solitary girl who walked to school alone, heightened the sense of dread that permeated the investigator's collective psyche. As Hardy continued his macabre storytelling, the notebooks revealed the sickening details of what happened to each abducted child. The investigators were confronted with graphic depictions of torture, fear, and suffering inflicted upon the innocent victims. Hardy's warped mind seemed to revel in the recounting, as if each horrific act brought him a sick satisfaction. Strange events began to unfold within the confines of the home, blurring the line between the tangible and the supernatural. Mysterious footprints appeared on the kitchen floor, imprints belonging to a child. The investigators, already on edge from the horrifying confessions, found themselves grappling with the inexplicable as they traced the phantom steps, leading them further into the heart of Hardy's malevolence. Giggling echoes reverberated through the empty halls, leaving the investigators unnerved and questioning their own sanity. As Hardy chronicled these paranormal occurrences in his notebooks, the investigators were forced to confront the possibility that the house itself held a malevolent energy, a force that transcended the crimes of its former inhabitant. Hardy's descent into fear and paranoia was documented in meticulous detail. The investigators read about his sleepless nights, haunted by whispers and the unsettling sound of running footsteps. The old house seemed to come alive with spectral entities, playing tricks on Hardy's already fragile psyche. The once rational man found himself entangled in a web of supernatural phenomena, his grip on reality slipping away like sand through his fingers. The investigators, braving the shadows and echoing laughter, retraced Hardy's steps through the decaying rooms. Each creak of the floorboards, every flicker of an unsteady light intensified their sense of dread. The old house, it seemed, held secrets beyond the confessions of a remorseless criminal. It was a repository of lingering spirits, a place where the boundaries between the living and the dead blurred. The investigators, gripped by the weight of the twisted tales they had uncovered, braced themselves for the final confrontation with the malevolent force that resided within the walls. The air was thick with a palpable sense of foreboding as they approached Hardy's lair, the living room becoming the macabre stage for the concluding act of this horror story. As they pushed open the door, the dim light revealed a gruesome tableau that would forever be etched in their minds. Corey Hardy's dismembered body lay sprawled across the floor, his arms torn to shreds and covered in what appeared to be claw marks. The room, once a silent witness to unspeakable acts, was now a chilling testament to a reckoning of cosmic proportions. In the eerie stillness, the investigators noticed the haunting word banza, scribbled in blood, the last utterance of a tormented soul. It left an indelible mark, a cryptic message that lingered in the air like an unanswered question. The term, seemingly meaningless, added an enigmatic layer to the already disturbing narrative. But the horror did not end there. The investigators, compelled by an inexorable curiosity, ventured into the Children of the Grave, a sinister area on Hardy's property. There, beneath the barren soil, rested the remains of 23 children, ages 6 to 11. The investigators, their hearts heavy with sorrow, bore witness to the chilling reality that Hardy's Children of the Grave were not just figments of a disturbed mind, but innocent lives brutally extinguished. The blood analysis brought a startling revelation. The last word written in blood, the enigmatic banza, did not belong to Corey Hardy. Instead, it matched the DNA of his first victim, exposing a horrifying twist in the narrative. The investigators were left to grapple with the unsettling notion that Hardy's gruesome end may have been orchestrated by forces beyond their comprehension. The old house, once a silent witness, had become the stage for a malevolent drama that transcended the boundaries of the living and the dead. The investigators, scarred by the journey, were left with lingering questions and a chilling awareness that some nightmares defy explanation.